In life, there are moments when we feel cornered, when it seems that the world wants to see us beg for approval, validation, or love. People may have treated us as if our worth depends on their judgment, their acceptance, their acknowledgement. But let me remind you today, you were not created to beg. The essence of who you are is embedded in the divine purpose designed for you. You are a masterpiece, a unique expression of God's love and creativity. Every fiber of your being is infused with potential purpose and power. You were made to rise, not to shrink away, to soar, not to stumble. When faced with challenges, when the world pushes against you, remember this: your response defines you. They may want to see you lash out in anger, to respond to negativity with bitterness. They may hope you plead for what is already rightfully yours. But your strength lies in your ability to rise above that. Your true power is in your poise, your grace, your resilience. Each trial you face is an opportunity for growth. Instead of allowing anger and frustration to consume you, channel that energy into something positive. Learn from your experiences. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every moment of despair is a stepping stone to a greater understanding of your purpose. Do not allow others to dictate how you feel about yourself. You are not defined by their perceptions. You are not diminished by their criticisms. You see, when you refuse to beg, you embrace the fullness of your identity. You stand tall, knowing that your worth is not contingent on the opinions of others. You declare that your life is not a product of their approval, but a reflection of your intrinsic value. You do not need to lash out in anger. Rather, let your actions speak volumes about your character. In the face of negativity, respond with love. In the face of criticism, respond with excellence. When others want to see you stumble, show them the power of resilience. When they expect you to plead, demonstrate your unwavering confidence in your purpose. Life will throw obstacles in your path, and some may even hope to see you fail. But you are equipped with everything you need to succeed. You are capable of achieving greatness beyond your imagination. So do not give in to the voices that seek to undermine you. Instead, cultivate a mindset of positivity, gratitude, and determination. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. The divine presence is with you, guiding you every step of the way. Trust in your path, embrace your purpose, and understand that your journey is unique. When you walk in confidence, when you pursue your dreams relentlessly, you inspire those around you. So rise up, my friends. Refuse to beg for what you deserve. Refuse to lash out in anger. Instead, become a beacon of hope and strength. Let your light shine so brightly that even the darkest shadows will flee. Stand firm in your identity and watch as you transform challenges into triumphs. Your life is a testimony of resilience, strength, and purpose. Go forth and let the world see the incredible potential that lies within you. You are a masterpiece meticulously crafted by the hands of the Creator, designed with purpose, potential, and greatness. The world may try to tell you otherwise, but I stand here to declare that your inherent worth is immeasurable. It is crucial to understand this fundamental truth: you are not defined by others. Society may attempt to box you in, labeling you with their limited perceptions and opinions. They might want you to shrink, to beg for their validation, but that is not your destiny. When you understand your inherent worth, you begin to see the world differently. You stop seeking approval from those who do not see your value. You no longer feel the need to compromise your beliefs or your character for the sake of acceptance. Instead, you walk with a sense of purpose and dignity, knowing that you carry within you the essence of greatness. Every single one of us is born with a divine assignment. You were created with unique gifts, talents, and abilities that the world desperately needs. When you embrace your true identity, you tap into the wellspring of potential that lies within you. This realization empowers you to pursue your dreams unapologetically without fear of judgment or rejection. Think about the great figures in history who changed the world. None of them were swayed by the opinions of those who doubted them. They recognized their worth and moved forward with unwavering confidence. Whether it was a Martin Luther King Jr. or a Nelson Mandela, their lives were testimonies to the power of knowing one's value. They understood that true greatness comes from within, not from the accolades or approval of others. So when faced with moments of doubt, remember that you are a unique creation. You are not a mere number, a face in the crowd, or a voice lost in the noise. You are a force to be reckoned with. Stand tall in your identity and let the world see the authentic you. You have the power to redefine your narrative. You can break free from the chains of other people's expectations and live a life that reflects your true essence. When you grasp your inherent worth, you stop begging for acceptance. Instead, you become a source of inspiration for others. Your confidence becomes contagious. It ignites a fire in those around you, urging them to recognize their worth as well. You lead by example, showing them that they too have the right to stand firm in their identity and purpose. This journey begins within you. The moment you acknowledge and embrace your intrinsic value is the moment you take control of your life. You move forward with clarity, purpose, and strength, no longer allowing external pressures to dictate your feelings or actions. Your true power lies in knowing who you are and understanding that you were created for greatness. So rise up and walk in the knowledge of your worth. You are destined for more than mere existence. You are here to fulfill a purpose that only you can achieve. Let the world see the incredible potential that lies within you, and never forget that you were created to soar. Your response to life's challenges is what truly defines you. In moments of adversity, when the pressures of the world weigh down on you, it's easy to react with anger or frustration. It's tempting to lash out, to let your emotions take the reins and respond to negativity with negativity. But that is not the path of greatness. You have the power to choose how you respond, and that choice will shape your character and your destiny. When you allow external circumstances to dictate your reactions, you hand over your power to others. You give them control over your emotions and your state of being. But I want to remind you today, you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor equipped with the ability to respond with wisdom and strength. Your true power lies in your ability to remain composed, to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Think about how many times you've seen someone lash out in anger only to regret their words and actions later. That momentary explosion of emotion can have lasting consequences. It can damage relationships, ruin opportunities, and create an environment of hostility. But when you choose to respond with grace and dignity, you not only protect your integrity, but also inspire those around you to do the same. Your character is forged in the fires of adversity. When faced with challenges, you have a choice to be reactive or proactive. To react is to allow others to dictate your emotions, to allow frustration and anger to cloud your judgment. But to respond is to act with intention and purpose, to rise above the noise and demonstrate the strength of your spirit. Imagine facing criticism with calm confidence instead of defensiveness. When someone tries to provoke you, take a moment to breathe and assess the situation. Ask yourself, what is the best response? This simple shift can change the trajectory of your interactions. Instead of creating conflict, you can build bridges. Instead of tearing others down, you can lift them up. In every situation, ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that reflects my values? This approach not only protects your peace of mind, but also allows you to embody the essence of who you are, a person of purpose and integrity. You become an example for others, showing them that it is possible to rise above negativity and embody strength in the face of adversity. Remember, your responses are a reflection of your inner strength. They showcase your character and your values. When you choose to respond positively, you send a powerful message to the universe that you are in control of your destiny. You declare that no one can diminish your worth or shake your resolve. As you navigate through life, be mindful of your reactions. Practice self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Take the time to understand what triggers you and why. When you grasp the reasons behind your emotions, you can begin to master them rather than be mastered by them. The ability to choose your response is a gift, a reflection of the divine wisdom within you. Use it wisely. Let your responses be rooted in love, compassion, and understanding. When you do this, you empower yourself and those around you to rise above the challenges they face. In a world that may want to see you beg or lash out, choose to stand firm in your identity. Choose to respond with strength and wisdom. Let your actions resonate with the truth of who you are, a person destined for greatness, unfazed by the negativity of the world. Your character will shine through your responses, illuminating the path for others to follow. Life's challenges are not simply obstacles to overcome, they are opportunities for growth and transformation. When you find yourself facing adversity, you must shift your perspective and understand that each trial is a stepping stone toward a higher purpose. The world may want to see you crumble under pressure, but you have the power to rise, to learn, and to evolve beyond what they expect. Every setback carries with it a lesson. The question is not whether you will face challenges, but how you will respond to them. When life throws you curveballs, embrace them. See them as invitations to grow, to stretch your limits, and to discover the depths of your resilience. You see, resilience is not just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. It's about taking what has happened, processing it, and using it as fuel for your journey. In those moments when you feel like giving up, remember that greatness is often forged in the fires of adversity. Think about the most accomplished individuals you admire. They didn't achieve their success without facing significant challenges. Whether it was overcoming personal loss, financial struggles, or societal obstacles, their stories are filled with moments of trial and tribulation. Yet they chose to rise above their circumstances, to extract wisdom from their pain, and to use those experiences to propel themselves forward. Let's take a moment to reflect on the power of perspective. When you change the way you look at a situation, the situation you look at changes. Instead of viewing challenges as setbacks, consider them as setups for a comeback. Every difficulty presents an opportunity to strengthen your character, sharpen your skills, and deepen your resolve. You may feel overwhelmed by what life throws your way, but remember that it's in those very moments that your true potential is revealed. It's like a seed buried in the ground. It must break apart and struggle to push through the soil to reach the light. Your struggles are a necessary part of your growth. They are not meant to defeat you, but to mold you into the person you are destined to become. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? This mindset shift will empower you to see every obstacle as an opportunity for development. You begin to cultivate resilience, and with resilience comes strength. You learn to adapt, to pivot, and to move forward with newfound determination. Moreover, the way you handle challenges can inspire others. When people see you facing adversity with grace and strength, they are encouraged to do the same. Your journey becomes a testament to the power of perseverance. That you are not just rising for yourself, you are paving the way for others to follow. Let's not forget that growth is not a straight path. It comes with ups and downs, twists and turns. But each twist adds depth to your character, and every down teaches you valuable lessons about humility and determination. Embrace this journey wholeheartedly. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Acknowledge the progress you've made, no matter how insignificant it may seem. Your ability to rise above adversity will not only transform your life, but also impact those around you. You will become a beacon of hope, demonstrating that it is possible to emerge stronger from life's trials. When faced with challenges, remember you were not created to be defeated, you were created to conquer. The world may want to see you beg or lash out, but instead show them your resilience. Let your journey be a powerful declaration that you are not just a survivor, you are a thriver destined for greatness. You were not created to beg for approval, validation, or love. Understand that your value is inherent, not contingent upon the acceptance or acknowledgement of others. This world may try to pressure you into seeking approval, convincing you that your worth is defined by the opinions of those around you. But I stand here to tell you that you are far more than the perceptions of others. You are a unique creation, destined for greatness. When you recognize your true worth, you begin to see the power that resides within you. You are not a product of your environment. You are an expression of divine purpose. Each of us is born with gifts and talents designed to fulfill a unique role in this world. Your value does not decrease based on someone else's inability to see it. You are not defined by the labels others place on you, nor should you allow their limited understanding of who you are to dictate your self-worth. When you feel the urge to beg, whether for love, recognition, or validation, pause and reflect. Understand that begging undermines your dignity. It reduces you to a state of dependency, placing your self-esteem in the hands of others. Instead, learn to recognize and embrace your own value. You have the power to affirm your worth from within. Let your self-assurance come from the understanding that you are enough, just as you are. This journey of self-affirmation requires courage. It demands that you confront the fears and insecurities that might whisper to you that you are unworthy or unlovable. But remember, those are lies. You were crafted with intention, filled with purpose, and equipped with everything you need to fulfill your destiny. When you acknowledge this truth, you step into a new realm of confidence, one where you refuse to settle for less than what you deserve. Imagine the freedom that comes from realizing you do not need to beg for anyone's affection or approval. Instead, you are free to cultivate healthy relationships based on mutual respect and appreciation. You can approach connections with confidence, knowing that you bring value to the table. You will no longer tolerate relationships that drain your spirit or diminish your self-worth. Instead, you will seek out those who recognize and celebrate your greatness. Your self-worth should not be tied to others' opinions, for the moment you do so, you become vulnerable to their judgments. Remember, the world will always have opinions, and not everyone will understand your journey or see your value. But what matters is how you see yourself. When you can affirm your worth, you empower yourself to make decisions that align with your values and aspirations. In every encounter, be mindful of your worth. When faced with criticism or negativity, respond from a place of confidence. Use these moments not to beg for acceptance, but to assert your truth. Stand firm in your identity and let your actions speak to your value. You are deserving of respect, love, and opportunities that align with your purpose. As you navigate your journey, continue to cultivate self-awareness. Engage in practices that affirm your value, whether it's through prayer, meditation, or personal reflection. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you, those who see your worth and encourage you to shine. You are not here to beg, you are here to thrive. Your life is a reflection of the divine purpose that has been entrusted to you. So walk with your head held high, knowing that you are worthy of every good thing this life has to offer. When you fully embrace your value, you will not only transform your life, but also become a beacon of hope for others, inspiring them to recognize their own worth. You were created for greatness. Step into it boldly. Instead of lashing out in anger or frustration, you have the incredible opportunity to channel that energy into something positive, something transformative. When the world tries to provoke you, it can be easy to react impulsively, letting emotions dictate your response. But I challenge you today, transform that energy into constructive actions that reflect your true character and purpose. Every time you feel the urge to lash out, take a moment to pause and breathe. In that stillness lies the power of choice, the ability to respond rather than react. This is a profound lesson in emotional intelligence. When faced with negativity, you can choose to rise above, to turn that anger into fuel for growth, and to take constructive steps toward your goals. Think of the times when you've allowed frustration to guide your actions. Perhaps you found yourself in a heated argument or a situation where you felt misunderstood. In those moments, the instinct to lash out is often driven by hurt and fear. But consider the impact of your reaction. An explosive response may provide a temporary release, but it often leads to regret, damaged relationships, and lost opportunities. Now, imagine transforming that same energy into motivation. Use the frustration you feel as a catalyst for action. When someone criticizes you, instead of retaliating, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve? This shift in perspective empowers you to grow rather than react, to thrive instead of simply surviving. Let's explore the concept of using your challenges as stepping stones. When faced with adversity, take a moment to reflect on how that experience can shape you into a better version of yourself. Use it as an opportunity to learn new skills, develop your resilience, or strengthen your resolve. When you channel your energy toward personal growth, you begin to turn your trials into triumphs. Moreover, consider the influence your responses have on those around you. When you react with anger, it can create a ripple effect of negativity, affecting not only your state of mind, but also the environment you create. However, when you respond with composure and grace, you become a powerful force of positivity. Your ability to remain calm in the face of provocation can inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of hope, demonstrating that it is possible to rise above adversity without losing your cool. The path of transformation is rooted in self-discipline. It requires that you become the master of your emotions rather than a slave to them. Practice self-control in every situation. Develop a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage this growth mindset and support your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Additionally, engage in activities that help you process your emotions constructively. Journaling, meditation, or physical exercise can be powerful tools to channel your energy positively. These practices allow you to express your feelings without resorting to anger or frustration. They provide a safe space to reflect, learn, and grow, helping you navigate the complexities of life with grace. Remember, you are not defined by the challenges you face, but by how you respond to them. Choose to be proactive rather than reactive. Every time you face a setback, ask yourself, what can I do to turn this situation around? Allow that energy to propel you forward, driving you toward your goals and aspirations. When you embrace this mindset, you become a force for good in the world. You show others that it is possible to face challenges without losing your integrity. You model resilience, demonstrating that anger and frustration can be transformed into strength and determination. So, the next time the world tries to provoke you, take a step back. Refuse to give in to the temptation to lash out or beg for validation. Instead, choose to respond with purpose and intention. Turn that energy into a driving force that propels you toward your goals and helps you become the person you were meant to be. You have the power to transform every challenge into a stepping stone, leading you closer to your divine destiny. In a world filled with distractions and negativity, the most powerful response you can have to criticism and adversity is to strive for excellence. When faced with challenges or harsh words, it's easy to succumb to the impulse to react in anger or frustration. However, rising above the noise and focusing on excellence allows you to redefine your path and showcase your true potential. Excellence is not just about achieving the highest standards in your work or personal life. It's about embodying the spirit of excellence in everything you do. It's about recognizing that you have a calling to be your best self, regardless of what others say or think. When you embrace excellence, you set a standard for yourself that transcends the opinions of others. You become the architect of your own destiny, and no one can take that away from you. Consider the power of a steadfast commitment to excellence. Every time someone criticizes you or tries to bring you down, see it as an opportunity to rise higher. Instead of engaging in petty arguments or getting caught up in negativity, redirect that energy into honing your craft, refining your skills, and pursuing your goals with unwavering determination. Each challenge you face is a chance to prove to yourself and the world that you are capable of greatness. Excellence is a mindset, a way of being that reflects your values and aspirations. It requires that you hold yourself to a higher standard, continually seeking improvement and growth. This journey may not always be easy, but it is incredibly rewarding. When you strive for excellence, you create a ripple effect that inspires others around you. Your commitment to doing your best encourages those in your circle to raise their standards as well. It's essential to understand that striving for excellence doesn't mean striving for perfection. Perfection is an illusion, a goal that can lead to frustration and disappointment. Instead, focus on excellence, which allows for growth and learning. It embraces mistakes as opportunities for learning and improvement. When you approach life with this mindset, every setback becomes a lesson, every criticism an opportunity to refine your skills and enhance your character. Imagine facing criticism with the response of excellence. Instead of reacting defensively, use that feedback as a springboard for your growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this criticism into an opportunity to excel? This perspective not only helps you grow, but also shifts the focus from negativity to positivity. Let's also consider the impact of your commitment to excellence on your relationships. When you approach interactions with a spirit of excellence, you foster respect and admiration from those around you. You become a source of inspiration, encouraging others to elevate their standards and pursue their own paths with determination. People will look to you as a model of what it means to rise above challenges, and this influence can create a supportive community where everyone strives for greatness together. Remember, the journey to excellence is ongoing. It requires dedication, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. There will be days when the challenges feel overwhelming and the urge to lash out or give in to negativity may rise. But in those moments, remind yourself of your commitment to excellence. Tap into your inner strength and let that drive propel you forward. You have within you the ability to create an extraordinary life. It starts with recognizing that excellence is a choice you make every day. It is the way you approach your work, your relationships, and your personal growth. Every time you choose to focus on excellence rather than engage in petty disputes, you declare that you are on a higher path, one that leads to fulfillment and purpose. So when the world tries to push you down, when it tempts you to beg for validation or lash out in frustration, choose instead to rise in excellence. Let your actions reflect your commitment to your values and your vision. You have the power to be a light in the darkness, demonstrating that true strength lies not in how you respond to negativity, but in how you choose to rise above it, pursuing excellence with unwavering resolve. The world is waiting for your brilliance. Shine brightly. Your ability to discern the people and environments that uplift you is crucial to your journey toward personal greatness. In a world that may tempt you to beg for validation or lash out in anger, your circle of influence can significantly impact how you respond to challenges. Surrounding yourself with the right people, those who inspire, encourage, and challenge you to be your best self, is not just beneficial, it is essential for your growth. Consider this: who you spend your time with can either fuel your passion or drain your energy. It is important to evaluate the relationships in your life. Are the people around you lifting you higher, or are they pulling you down? If you find yourself surrounded by negativity, it's time to make a change. When you align yourself with those who embody positivity and excellence, you begin to reflect those qualities in your own life. When you engage with individuals who encourage you to strive for greatness, you create a supportive network that nurtures your ambitions and dreams. These are the people who see your potential and remind you of your worth. They are the voices of reason that cut through the noise when the world tries to convince you to beg or lash out. In their presence, you find the strength to rise above adversity, to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and to keep your focus on your goals. Imagine how powerful it is to be in a room filled with individuals who believe in you, who cheer for your success, and who challenge you to reach new heights. This environment creates a fertile ground for personal development. You begin to believe in yourself more deeply when others believe in you. You find the courage to take risks and to step outside of your comfort zone. Conversely, when you allow negative influences into your life, you risk becoming trapped in a cycle of doubt and insecurity. Negative people often project their fears and limitations onto you. They may discourage your ambitions, mock your dreams, or induce guilt for wanting more. It's crucial to recognize that these negative forces do not define your worth or your potential. They are merely reflections of their own fears and failures. By understanding this, you empower yourself to disengage from toxic relationships and to seek out those that promote positivity. Moreover, fostering a supportive community requires intentionality. It is not enough to passively accept the relationships that come your way. You must actively seek out those who resonate with your values and aspirations. Attend events, join organizations, or engage in communities that align with your vision for your life. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and challenge you to grow. Additionally, do not be afraid to set boundaries. It is essential to protect your energy and your peace of mind. If someone consistently brings negativity into your life, it is not only acceptable but necessary to distance yourself from that influence. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love and self-respect. It sends a clear message that you value your own well-being and are committed to your personal growth. Remember, the journey of personal growth is not meant to be traveled alone. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals amplifies your journey and fosters a sense of belonging. You begin to see that you are not just striving for excellence for yourself, but for the entire community you cultivate around you. Your success inspires others, and together you create a powerful network of individuals dedicated to lifting one another higher. Embrace the idea that your circle should reflect the greatness you aspire to achieve. Seek out mentors, friends, and collaborators who challenge you to think bigger and to dream more. Engage with those who encourage you to invest in your growth and who hold you accountable to your goals. In their company, you will find the strength to resist the urge to beg for approval or lash out in frustration. As you build this community of support, remember to also be a source of encouragement for others. Your presence can inspire those around you to rise to their potential. When you uplift others, you reinforce your commitment to excellence and create an environment where everyone is encouraged to thrive. So as you navigate through life's challenges, remain vigilant about the company you keep. Choose to surround yourself with those who uplift and inspire you. Create a community that empowers you to embrace your true worth and to respond to life's trials with grace and strength. Together, you can forge a path toward greatness, illuminating the world with your collective light. The importance of maintaining your peace in the face of adversity cannot be overstated. When the world wants you to beg or lash out, your ability to remain calm and composed is your greatest weapon. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict, it is a powerful state of being that allows you to navigate life's storms with grace and strength. Cultivating peace in your life is essential to reclaiming your power and maintaining your dignity in the midst of chaos. Understand that your peace is your responsibility. It's not something that others can give you, nor can they take it away unless you allow them to. Your peace begins within. It is a reflection of how you choose to respond to the world around you. When you choose to remain at peace, you assert your power over your circumstances. You decide that no matter what life throws at you, you will not surrender your tranquility. You refuse to let external circumstances dictate your inner state. One of the greatest challenges to maintaining your peace comes from external negativity. There will always be critics, doubters, and naysayers who will try to provoke you into reacting with anger or frustration. But in those moments, remember that your peace is more valuable than any fleeting emotional response. When you remain centered and calm, you rise above the petty disputes and negativity that surround you. You transform challenging moments into opportunities for clarity and growth. Cultivating inner peace requires intentional practice. Start by developing habits that nourish your spirit and promote tranquility. Engage in practices such as meditation, prayer, or deep breathing exercises. These activities allow you to center yourself, helping you detach from the chaos of the outside world. When you take the time to nurture your inner self, you cultivate a reservoir of strength that you can draw upon when challenges arise. Another powerful tool in maintaining your peace is self-awareness. Understand what triggers your emotional responses and identify the situations or individuals that disrupt your tranquility. By recognizing these triggers, you can prepare yourself to respond calmly instead of reacting impulsively. It's about taking a step back and giving yourself the grace to process your emotions without feeling the need to lash out. When you encounter negativity, remind yourself that you have the power to choose your response. Instead of allowing others' words or actions to provoke you into conflict, choose to respond from a place of peace. This might mean simply walking away from an unproductive conversation or choosing to engage with empathy and understanding. By doing so, you create an environment where dialogue can flourish instead of conflict. Furthermore, remember that maintaining peace is not a sign of weakness, it is a testament to your strength. When you refuse to engage in petty arguments or retaliate in anger, you demonstrate emotional maturity and self-control. People will take notice of your ability to remain composed under pressure. Your peaceful demeanor can disarm others and create space for constructive dialogue rather than conflict. As you cultivate peace in your life, you will also find that it radiates to those around you. Your calmness becomes contagious, inspiring others to seek their own inner peace. You create an environment where positivity flourishes and negativity struggles to take root. The world may want to see you beg for acceptance or lash out in frustration, but when you exude peace, you set a powerful example of what it means to rise above adversity. Additionally, it's important to create boundaries that protect your peace. This may involve limiting your exposure to negative influences or distancing yourself from toxic relationships. By establishing clear boundaries, you safeguard your inner tranquility and create space for positive interactions. It is essential to prioritize your well-being and make choices that foster a peaceful environment. Remember, your peace is a sanctuary that nourishes your soul and fuels your purpose. When you remain at peace, you become an unstoppable force. You approach challenges with clarity and resilience, enabling you to make decisions aligned with your values and aspirations. You become the architect of your destiny, moving forward with confidence and purpose. So when the world tries to provoke you into begging or lashing out, hold fast to your peace. Cultivate it within yourself and let it radiate outward. Embrace practices that promote tranquility, engage in self-awareness, and establish boundaries that protect your inner sanctuary. By doing so, you will not only reclaim your power, but also inspire those around you to pursue their own paths to peace and strength. In a chaotic world, let your peace be your anchor, guiding you through life's storms with unwavering resolve. The transformative power of your purpose is a guiding light that can navigate you through the darkest storms. When the world tries to push you down, when it seeks to make you beg for validation or lash out in anger, your purpose serves as an anchor, reminding you of who you are and what you are meant to accomplish. Understanding your purpose is crucial because it gives you direction and fortitude in challenging times. Purpose is not merely a lofty ideal, it is the very essence of your being. It is the reason you wake up every day, the passion that fuels your dreams, and the vision that drives your actions. When you have a clear sense of purpose, the opinions of others lose their power over you. You become anchored in your identity and focused on fulfilling the unique role you were created to play in this world. When adversity strikes, it can be tempting to react emotionally, to allow frustration and anger to dictate your response. But in those moments, take a step back and remind yourself of your purpose. Ask yourself, what is my higher calling? How can I respond in a way that aligns with who I am and what I stand for? This reflection grounds you and allows you to respond with intention rather than impulsivity. Your purpose acts as a compass, guiding you through the challenges of life. When you are clear about your purpose, you can better discern what deserves your energy and what doesn't. You begin to understand that engaging in conflict or reacting to negativity is not aligned with your higher calling. Instead of being pulled into the drama, you can maintain your focus on your mission, channeling your energy toward actions that serve your goals. Moreover, recognizing your purpose empowers you to rise above external pressures. You may encounter individuals who want you to beg for approval or lash out in frustration, but when you are rooted in your purpose, you find the strength to resist that pull. Your purpose becomes a shield against negativity. It empowers you to maintain your dignity and grace, even in the face of provocation. Think of purpose as the lens through which you view your challenges. When faced with adversity, instead of seeing obstacles, you begin to see opportunities for growth and development. Each challenge becomes a chance to learn more about yourself and to deepen your understanding of your purpose. The more you embrace this perspective, the less power negativity holds over you. You become a proactive participant in your journey, transforming adversity into stepping stones toward your greater goals. Additionally, aligning your responses with your purpose instills a sense of resilience. You realize that your journey is not just about the immediate challenges you face, but about the legacy you want to leave. Each moment of struggle becomes part of a larger narrative, contributing to your story of growth and achievement. This perspective provides you with the motivation to push through difficulties with courage and determination. When you focus on your purpose, you also create a sense of accountability for your actions. You become more aware of how your responses impact others. Are you contributing to an atmosphere of positivity and growth, or are you getting caught up in negativity? Purpose drives you to act with integrity, to choose responses that uplift both yourself and those around you. You become a leader in your own life, modeling what it means to respond to challenges with grace and strength. Furthermore, Having a clear sense of purpose invites opportunities into your life. When you operate from a place of clarity and intention, you attract like-minded individuals who share your values and vision. You become part of a community that supports and uplifts one another, reinforcing the commitment to pursue excellence together. As you journey through life, remember that purpose is not a destination, it is a continuous process of discovery. Your understanding of your purpose may evolve as you grow and experience new challenges. Embrace this journey and remain open to the lessons that life teaches you along the way. Each experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to the tapestry of your purpose. So in those moments when the world tries to provoke you, when it seeks to make you beg for acceptance or lash out in anger, anchor yourself in your purpose. Reflect on what truly matters to you and how you can respond in a way that aligns with your higher calling. By doing so, you reclaim your power, transform challenges into opportunities, and create a life that resonates with your deepest values and aspirations. Your purpose is your greatest ally, illuminating your path and guiding you toward the extraordinary life you are meant to live. As we stand on the precipice of our potential, it is vital to remember that the world may attempt to push us toward begging for validation or lashing out in anger, but we possess the power to rise above these temptations. Every challenge we face is not a defeat, but an opportunity for growth, an invitation to showcase our resilience and commitment to our purpose. In the face of negativity, we have the choice to respond with grace and strength, using our inner peace as our foundation. Our commitment to excellence, our ability to discern our circle of influence, and our unwavering dedication to our purpose equip us to navigate life's storms with dignity. Let us choose to embody our true selves, rejecting the narratives that seek to diminish our worth. Instead of engaging in battles that drain our energy, we will channel efforts into actions that uplift us and those around us. We will understand that our worth is not determined by the opinions of others, but by the inherent value we possess as individuals created for greatness. As we continue on our journey, let us hold fast to the knowledge that our peace, purpose, and commitment to excellence are our guiding lights. We are not defined by the negativity around us. We are defined by how we respond to it. By embracing our true identity and recognizing our potential, we can transform challenges into stepping stones, forging a path that reflects our values and aspirations. So the next time the world tries to provoke you, remember you are not here to beg for acceptance or to lash out in anger. You are here to shine your light, to inspire others, and to fulfill the divine purpose that resides within you. Stand tall, rise above the noise, and let your life be a testament to the power of resilience, purpose, and unwavering strength. Your greatness awaits. Embrace it fully. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a crucial principle that can transform your life. Focus on yourself. Stop wasting your time. Today I want to speak to you about a fundamental principle that has the power to transform your life, focusing on yourself and stopping the waste of time. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the demands of daily life, the opinions of others, and the constant barrage of distractions. But let me tell you this, your time is your most precious asset. Once it's gone, you cannot get it back. Therefore, you must take control of it and use it wisely. First and foremost, let me emphasize the importance of understanding your own purpose. Each one of us is endowed with a unique purpose, a divine assignment that is specific to our lives. When you are not clear about your purpose, you drift through life, reacting to circumstances rather than proactively shaping them. To truly focus on yourself, you must discover what you are meant to achieve. Reflect on your passions, your skills, and your dreams. Define your purpose with clarity. When you know your purpose, you have a roadmap, and you can direct your efforts and time towards fulfilling that purpose. Next, invest in your personal growth. Too many people spend their time complaining about their circumstances instead of working on themselves. Growth is not accidental, it is intentional. Make a commitment to continually develop your skills, expand your knowledge, and improve your character. Read books, attend seminars, and seek mentorship. The more you invest in yourself, the more you enhance your ability to achieve your goals. Remember, personal growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination. Time management is crucial. How you manage your time reflects your priorities. If you find yourself constantly overwhelmed and unproductive, it's a sign that you need to reassess how you allocate your time. Create a plan for your day and stick to it. Allocate specific times for focused work, learning, and relaxation. Avoid the trap of multitasking, which often leads to diminished quality and increased stress. Instead, dedicate focused periods to each task and give it your best effort. Your ability to manage time effectively will directly influence your productivity and success. Eliminating distractions is another essential step. Distractions can be insidious, eroding your focus and diverting your energy away from your goals. Identify what pulls your attention away from your purpose, be it social media, unnecessary meetings, or negative influences, and take action to minimize these distractions. Create an environment that fosters concentration. Set boundaries to protect your time and energy. Remember, what you allow into your life affects your ability to achieve your goals. Moreover, practice self-discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and achievements. It requires you to stay committed to your tasks and resist the allure of procrastination. It involves making choices that align with your objectives, even when it's difficult. Develop routines that support your goals and stick to them. Hold yourself accountable for your progress and be willing to make sacrifices for the sake of your success. Celebrate your achievements along the way, recognizing firstly, it is essential to discover your unique purpose and potential. God created each of us with a specific plan in mind. This involves seeking divine guidance and engaging in self-reflection to understand what you are truly passionate about and what you are naturally good at. When you align your efforts with your life's mission, you gain a clear direction, which helps you focus your time and energy effectively. Investing in yourself through continuous learning is crucial. This means dedicating time to read, attend seminars, take courses, and consistently seek new knowledge and skills. Personal development is not a one-time event, but a lifelong journey. By committing to personal growth and improvement, you equip yourself with the tools needed to navigate life's challenges and seize opportunities. Recognizing that time is your most valuable asset is a fundamental step towards maximizing your potential. Evaluate how you spend your time by identifying activities that do not contribute to your goals. Avoiding such activities allows you to focus on what truly matters. Make conscious decisions about your time management, ensuring that you allocate sufficient time to tasks that align with your purpose and goals. The people you surround yourself with significantly influence your journey. Choose to associate with positive and supportive individuals who encourage you to pursue your dreams and aspirations. Distance yourself from toxic relationships and negative influences that can derail you from your path. Building a network of uplifting and inspiring individuals provides you with the motivation and support needed to stay focused on your objectives. Setting clear, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals is essential for maintaining focus. Break down your long-term goals into smaller, actionable steps to make them more manageable. Regularly review your progress and adjust your goals as needed to stay on track. Clear goals act as a roadmap, guiding you towards your desired future. Developing routines and habits that support your goals is crucial for success. Embrace discipline by staying focused and persevering through challenges. Consistency and reliability are key components of discipline, helping you build momentum towards achieving your objectives. Discipline involves creating a structured plan and sticking to it even when faced with obstacles. Assessing how your daily activities align with your goals is important for effective time management. Eliminate or minimize distractions and non-productive tasks that do not contribute to your. Embrace a mindset of curiosity and openness to new experiences. Stay curious about the world around you and be willing to explore different perspectives and ideas. This openness to learning and growth allows you to adapt to changes and seize new opportunities as they arise. Finally, make self-care a part of your personal growth journey. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being ensures that you have the energy and resilience needed to pursue your goals. Practices such as exercise, healthy eating, adequate rest, and mindfulness contribute to overall well-being and support your growth efforts. In summary, investing in personal growth requires a proactive approach to learning, goal setting, self-assessment, and embracing challenges. By dedicating time and effort to these areas, You enhance your skills, broaden your knowledge, and build the resilience needed to navigate life's opportunities and obstacles. Managing your time wisely involves a strategic approach to how you allocate and use your time each day. It begins with recognizing that time is a finite resource that, once spent, cannot be regained. To use your time effectively, start by identifying your priorities and determining which tasks and activities are most important to achieving your goals. This involves distinguishing between tasks that are urgent and important versus those that are merely distractions or less critical. Creating a structured plan for your day or week is essential. This might include drafting a to-do list or a schedule that outlines the tasks you need to complete and when you plan to tackle them. Prioritizing these tasks based on their significance and deadlines ensures that you focus on what truly matters. Utilize tools like calendars, planners, or digital apps to keep track of your commitments and deadlines. These tools help you visualize your time and manage it more effectively. Breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps can make them seem less overwhelming and easier to tackle. This approach also helps you make steady progress and maintain motivation. For example, if you have a large project, divide it into smaller milestones and set deadlines for each phase. This way you can track your progress and adjust your approach if needed. Avoiding multitasking is crucial for effective time management. Focusing on one task at a time allows you to work more efficiently and produce higher quality results. Multitasking often leads to errors and reduces overall productivity. Instead, dedicate uninterrupted time to each task and complete it before moving on to the next one. Setting boundaries and managing interruptions is another important aspect. Establish clear limits on how much time you spend on non-essential activities and communicate these boundaries to others when necessary. For instance, set specific times for checking emails or taking phone calls to avoid constant distractions. Creating a focused work environment helps you stay on track and accomplish tasks more efficiently. Regularly reviewing and reflecting on how you use your time can provide valuable insights. Assess how well you are meeting your goals and where you might be spending time less effectively. Adjust your strategies based on these reflections to continuously improve your time management skills. Incorporating time for breaks and relaxation is also vital. Overworking without taking breaks can lead to burnout and reduced productivity. Schedule short breaks throughout your day to rest and recharge. Balancing work with rest helps maintain your energy levels and keeps you focused. Ultimately, managing your time wisely requires discipline, organization, and a willingness to adapt. By prioritizing tasks, creating structured plans, avoiding multitasking, setting boundaries, and reflecting on your time use, you can enhance your productivity and achieve your goals more effectively. Creating a conducive work environment is another crucial factor. Organize your workspace to minimize clutter and ensure that it supports your focus. This might involve tidying up your desk, using noise-canceling headphones if noise is an issue, or setting up a designated area specifically for work or study. An organized and dedicated workspace helps reduce mental distractions and enhances your ability to concentrate. Setting clear boundaries with others can also help reduce interruptions. Communicate your work hours or times of focused activity to family members, colleagues, or roommates. Let them know when you need uninterrupted time and establish guidelines for when and how you can be reached. By setting these boundaries, you create a more controlled environment that supports your productivity. Implementing time management techniques can aid in minimizing distractions. Techniques such as the Pomodoro technique, which involves working in focused intervals followed by short breaks, can improve concentration and prevent burnout. During these focused intervals, eliminate all potential sources of distraction and commit to working solely on the task at hand. Prioritizing your tasks and creating a to-do list can help keep distractions at bay. By clearly outlining what needs to be accomplished, you can better manage your time and stay on track. Prioritize tasks based on their importance and deadlines and tackle them in order of priority. This structured approach ensures that you remain focused on high priority tasks and reduces the likelihood of becoming sidetracked by less critical activities. Taking regular breaks is important for maintaining focus and preventing mental fatigue. However, it's essential to structure your breaks to avoid them becoming distractions themselves. Use break times to engage in activities that recharge you, such as taking a walk, stretching, or practicing mindfulness. Structured breaks help you return to work with renewed focus and energy. Cultivating self-awareness and mindfulness can also aid in recognizing and managing distractions. Being aware of when your mind starts to wander or when external factors begin to disrupt your focus allows you to address them promptly. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, can help improve your ability to stay present and maintain concentration. Celebrating your achievements is a vital practice that reinforces motivation, acknowledges your hard work, and fosters a positive mindset. It involves recognizing and appreciating the milestones and successes you achieve, no matter how big or small, and using these moments as fuel to continue striving towards your goals. Set aside specific times to review and reflect on your achievements. Regularly assessing your progress helps you stay connected to your goals and provides an opportunity to celebrate how far you've come. For example, at the end of each month or quarter, take time to review what you've accomplished and recognize the efforts that led to these successes. Recognize your achievements both internally and externally. Internally, give yourself credit and acknowledge your hard work. Positive self-talk and self-reflection can reinforce a sense of accomplishment and build confidence. Externally, share your achievements with others who support and encourage you. This could involve informing colleagues, friends, or family members about your successes. Sharing your achievements not only boosts your morale, but also allows others to celebrate with you. Incorporate tangible rewards to celebrate your successes. Treat yourself to something meaningful that acknowledges your hard work, such as a special outing, a favorite meal, or a small gift. These rewards serve as a reminder of your accomplishments and reinforce the positive behaviors that led to your success. Create a system for tracking and acknowledging your achievements. This could include maintaining a journal where you record your successes and reflect on your progress. Another option is to create a visual representation, such as a vision board or progress chart that highlights your milestones. So, seeing your achievements laid out can provide a sense of accomplishment and motivate you to continue pursuing your goals. Celebrate the small wins as well as the major milestones. Small achievements, such as completing a challenging task or making incremental progress towards a larger goal, are important and worth recognizing. Celebrating these smaller victories helps maintain motivation and creates a positive momentum that propels you forward. Involve others in your celebrations when appropriate. Sharing your successes with friends, family, or colleagues can enhance the sense of accomplishment and build a supportive community around you. Hosting a small gathering or sharing your news through social media can amplify the positive reinforcement and connect you with those who have supported you along the way. In summary, celebrating your achievements involves defining what constitutes success for you, regularly reviewing and reflecting on your progress, recognizing accomplishments both internally and externally, incorporating tangible rewards, tracking achievements, celebrating small wins, involving others, and using past successes as motivation for future goals. By making celebration an integral part of your journey, you reinforce positive behaviors, build confidence, and create a sense of fulfillment that supports ongoing growth and achievement. Balancing self-care and productivity is crucial for maintaining overall well-being while achieving your goals. This balance ensures that you remain productive and focused without compromising your physical, mental, and emotional health. Achieving this balance involves integrating self-care practices into your routine and recognizing the importance of taking care of yourself to sustain long-term productivity. Start by understanding that self-care and productivity are not mutually exclusive, rather, they complement each other. Effective self-care enhances your ability to be productive by improving your energy levels, focus, and resilience. Conversely, maintaining productivity helps you achieve your goals and provides a sense of accomplishment and purpose. The key is to find a harmonious balance between the two. Establish a routine that incorporates both work and self-care activities. Create a daily or weekly schedule that includes dedicated time for work tasks, as well as time for self-care practices. This might involve setting specific hours for focused work, breaks, exercise, relaxation, and personal hobbies. Structuring your day this way ensures that you allocate time for both productivity and self-care, preventing one from overshadowing the other. Prioritize self-care activities that align with your personal needs and preferences. This can include physical activities such as exercise, yoga, or walking, which help boost your energy and reduce stress. It can also involve mental and emotional self-care practices like meditation, journaling, or engaging in creative pursuits. Identifying what works best for you and integrating these activities into your routine helps maintain your overall well-being. Be mindful of the importance of regular breaks during work. Taking short breaks throughout the day allows you to recharge and prevents burnout. Use these breaks to engage in activities that help you relax and refocus, such as stretching, deep breathing exercises, or a brief walk. Regular breaks improve your productivity and help maintain your energy levels throughout the day. Set boundaries to separate work from personal time. Establishing clear boundaries helps prevent work from encroaching on your personal life and vice versa. This might involve setting specific work hours, creating a dedicated workspace, and communicating your availability to colleagues and family members. Maintaining these boundaries ensures that you have dedicated time for self-care and relaxation without the stress of work-related interruptions. Monitor your stress levels and adjust your routine as needed. Pay attention to signs of stress or burnout, such as fatigue, irritability, or decreased motivation. When you notice these signs, reassess your schedule and make adjustments to prioritize self-care. This might involve reducing work hours, incorporating additional relaxation time, or seeking support from a counselor or therapist. Practice mindfulness and self-awareness to maintain balance. Regularly reflect on how well you are balancing productivity and self-care. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or mindful breathing, can help you stay aware of your needs and adjust your approach as necessary. Self-awareness allows you to recognize when you are overworking or neglecting self-care and take corrective actions. Integrate self-care into your productivity practices. For example, use time management techniques that include built-in breaks for self-care activities. Additionally, plan your work tasks in a way that aligns with your natural energy levels, tackling challenging tasks when you are most alert and saving less demanding tasks for when you need a mental break. Seek support and build a supportive network. Surround yourself with individuals who understand the importance of both productivity and self-care. Share your goals and challenges with friends, family, or colleagues who can offer encouragement and advice. A supportive network helps reinforce the balance between self-care and productivity and provides accountability. In summary, balancing self-care and productivity involves creating a structured routine that includes both work and self-care activities, prioritizing practices that enhance your well-being, taking regular breaks, setting clear boundaries, monitoring stress levels, practicing mindfulness. Integrating self-care into your productivity practices and seeking support. By maintaining this balance, you enhance your overall well-being, sustain productivity, and achieve your goals while nurturing your health and happiness. This period of spiritual growth is also where God equips you with the wisdom and discernment needed for your calling. As you grow closer to Him, He imparts knowledge and understanding that are crucial for the path ahead. You begin to see the world through His eyes to understand His ways more clearly. This spiritual insight not only guides you in your personal walk with God, but also prepares you to lead others, to minister, and to fulfill the purpose for which you were chosen. Ultimately, the loneliness that you experience as a chosen one is not a season of despair, but a season of profound spiritual growth. It is in this place of solitude that you are transformed from the inside out, becoming more like Christ in your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The growth you experience here is lasting, shaping you into a vessel that God can use mightily for His glory. So as you walk through this season of loneliness, embrace it as a time of growth. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you today in the name of purpose, destiny, and divine calling. We gather here not just as mere participants in the journey of life, but as those who have been chosen, set apart for a higher purpose. But let me tell you something that may not always be easy to hear. Chosen ones are lonely. You see, when God chooses you, He sets you apart. And to be set apart means to be different, to be distinct, to walk a path that few dare to tread. It is a path that often leads to isolation, not because you are unworthy of companionship, but because your calling demands a level of focus, dedication, and commitment that not everyone can understand. Look at the great leaders in history: Moses, Elijah, Paul. They all experienced seasons of loneliness. Moses was called to lead a nation, yet he often found himself alone in the wilderness. Elijah, after his great victory on Mount Carmel, fled to the desert where he felt abandoned, isolated. Paul, despite his tireless efforts to spread the gospel, spent many days and nights in prison, alone with his thoughts and his God. Why is this so? Why must the chosen ones endure loneliness? It is because the calling on your life is so great that it requires you to be refined, to be tested, to be molded into the vessel that God needs you to be. Loneliness is not a punishment, it is preparation. It is in the solitude that God speaks to you most clearly. It is in the quiet moments that He reveals His plans and purposes for your life. But I want to encourage you today, do not despise the seasons of loneliness. Do not see them as a curse, but as a blessing. For it is in these moments that God is drawing you closer to Himself. He is removing the distractions, the noise, the opinions of others, so that you can hear His voice more clearly. Remember, you are never truly alone. God is with you. He is your constant companion, your guide, your strength. And He has promised that He will never leave you nor forsake you. So when you find yourself in those lonely places, do not despair. Lift your eyes to the hills. From whence comes your help? Your help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. As chosen ones, you may walk a lonely path, but it is a path that leads to greatness. It is a path that leads to fulfilling the divine purpose for which you were created. So embrace the loneliness, for it is shaping you into the person God has called you to be. In closing, remember this: the loneliness of the chosen ones is temporary, but the glory that awaits you is eternal. Stay faithful, stay focused, and know that God is with you every step of the way. When God selects someone for a special purpose, He sets them apart from the crowd. This separation isn't just physical, it's spiritual, emotional, and mental. It is as though God places a mark on your life, distinguishing you from others. And with this distinction comes a sense of being different, of not quite fitting in with the world around you. The path of the chosen is not a broad, well-trodden road. It is a narrow way, often walked alone. This separation is not a punishment, but a necessary part of your journey. It is God's way of removing distractions, purifying your intentions, and sharpening your focus. When you are chosen, you can't afford to be entangled in the trivialities that occupy the minds of others. Your calling demands a higher level of dedication, a deeper commitment, and a more profound sense of purpose. As you walk this path, you may find that certain relationships begin to change. Friends who once understood you may no longer connect with your vision. You may feel a sense of alienation even among those who were once close to you. This is the cost of being chosen. God is drawing you away from the familiar to prepare you for something greater. He is pulling you into a place where you can rely on Him alone, where His voice becomes the loudest in your life. In these moments of separation, it is easy to feel abandoned, to wonder why God has isolated you. But remember, this divine separation is not about leaving you alone. It is about positioning you where you need to be for the fulfillment of your destiny. It is a sacred process, one that requires solitude and stillness, so that God can work deeply within you, shaping and molding you for the task ahead. The loneliness that accompanies this separation is not meant to break you, but to build you. It is in these moments of isolation that your relationship with God deepens, that your faith is tested and strengthened. This separation is a sign that God is entrusting you with something significant, something that requires you to be fully prepared, fully aligned with His will. So when you feel the weight of loneliness as a chosen one, know that it is part of God's divine plan for your life. He is setting you apart because He has something extraordinary in store for you. Embrace this separation, for it is in this place that God will reveal His greatest plans and purposes for your life. Throughout the Bible, we see powerful examples of individuals who were chosen by God, yet walked a path marked by profound loneliness. These stories serve as a reminder that those whom God calls often find themselves in seasons of solitude, separated from the comfort of companionship. Consider Moses, chosen to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness, not only in the physical desert, but in a place of deep personal isolation. Despite being surrounded by people, he often found himself alone, bearing the weight of leadership and the burden of a nation's destiny. His encounters with God were often in solitary places, like the burning bush on Mount Horeb, where he received divine instructions far from the crowd. Elijah, the great prophet, also experienced deep loneliness. After his triumph over the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel, he fled into the wilderness, where he felt utterly alone and despondent. He even asked God to take his life, feeling that he was the only one left who remained faithful. Yet it was in that moment of isolation that God spoke to Elijah in a still small voice, assuring him that his solitude was part of a greater plan. Paul the apostle was another who knew the loneliness of being chosen. His mission to spread the gospel took him to distant lands, often landing him in prison cells and remote places where he was cut off from others. Despite his isolation, Paul's letters reflect a deep communion with God, revealing that even in his loneliness, he was never truly alone. His solitude allowed him to write much of the New Testament, works that continue to impact the world today. These examples highlight a common thread among those who are chosen. Their calling often leads them into periods of profound loneliness. But this loneliness is not without purpose. It is during these times that God draws his chosen ones closer to himself, teaching them to rely solely on him. The solitude becomes a place of transformation where God refines their character, strengthens their faith, and prepares them for the immense tasks ahead. These biblical figures remind us that loneliness is not a sign of abandonment, but a necessary part of the divine process. Their stories encourage us to embrace the solitude that comes with being chosen, understanding that it is in these moments that God is most intimately at work in our lives. Loneliness is not a random occurrence in the life of a chosen one. It serves a profound purpose in shaping and preparing you for your divine assignment. When God calls you to a higher purpose, he often leads you through seasons of loneliness, not as a punishment, but as a critical phase of your spiritual development. In these times of solitude, God is doing a deep work within you. The distractions and noise of everyday life are stripped away, leaving you in a place where you can hear God's voice more clearly. It is in this quietness that God reveals his will, speaks his promises, and imparts wisdom that can only be understood in the stillness of your soul. The loneliness you experience becomes a classroom where God teaches you lessons that are crucial for your journey ahead. This loneliness is also a time of testing. God allows you to be alone so that your faith can be strengthened and your trust in him deepened. Without the usual support systems or the comfort of familiar relationships, you are forced to rely on God alone. This reliance builds spiritual resilience, enabling you to withstand the challenges that come with your calling. The loneliness sharpens your focus, clarifies your vision, and aligns your heart with God's purposes. Moreover, loneliness purifies your motives. When you are alone, there is no one to impress, no audience to applaud you. It is just you and God. This solitude reveals the true condition of your heart, exposing any selfish ambitions or desires for worldly recognition. God uses this time to purify your intentions, ensuring that you are motivated solely by a desire to fulfill his will, not by a need for validation or approval from others. The purpose of loneliness is also to prepare you for the weight of your calling. The responsibilities that come with being chosen require a level of maturity and strength that can only be developed in solitude. In these moments, God is equipping you with the inner fortitude needed to carry out the tasks ahead. The loneliness acts as a crucible, refining your character, burning away impurities, and forging you into a vessel fit for the master's use. As you endure these lonely seasons, it is important to remember that this is a temporary state designed to prepare you for a greater destiny. The loneliness will pass, but the lessons you learn, the strength you gain, and the closeness you develop with God will remain with you, guiding you as you step into the fullness of your calling. So while the loneliness may be painful, it is not without purpose. It is a necessary part of your preparation, a divine process that is molding you into the person God has called you to be. Embrace it, knowing that God is using this time to make you stronger, wiser, and more aligned with his perfect will. In the quiet moments of loneliness, when the world seems distant and human connections feel scarce, something profound begins to happen. You draw closer to God. This intimacy with the Creator is one of the most significant purposes of the solitude that comes with being chosen. It is in these times when you feel most alone that God reveals Himself to you in ways that are deep and transformative. Loneliness strips away the distractions that often crowd our lives. The busyness, the noise, the opinions of others all fade into the background. In this newfound silence, God's voice becomes more distinct, more resonant. You begin to hear Him in the whispers of your heart, in the quiet nudges that guide your steps. Without the interference of the outside world, your relationship with God intensifies, becoming more personal and more profound. This closeness to God during times of loneliness is not just about hearing His voice, it's about experiencing His presence in a more tangible way. You start to recognize that even when no one else is around, God is always with you. He becomes your constant companion, your confidant, your source of comfort and strength. The loneliness that once felt like a burden transforms into a sanctuary where you and God can commune without interruption. As you draw nearer to God, you also begin to see your life from His perspective. The plans He has for you, the purpose behind the trials you face, and the lessons He wants you to learn become clearer. In this closeness, your faith deepens and your trust in Him grows. You realize that God's presence is not just a theory, it is a reality that sustains you through every season of life. This intimacy with God is also where you find your identity as a chosen one. In the solitude, God speaks to your heart about who you are in Him, your worth, your purpose, your destiny. You no longer look to others for validation because you have found it in God. He affirms you, encourages you, and strengthens you for the journey ahead. Moreover, the closeness you experience with God during these lonely times equips you for the challenges that lie ahead. It is in these moments of intimacy that God pours out His wisdom, His peace, and His guidance. He prepares you for the tasks He has set before you, ensuring that you are not just physically ready, but spiritually fortified. As you continue on this journey, you'll find that the loneliness becomes less of a burden and more of a blessing. It is in these times that God is most present, most real, and most active in your life. The loneliness may isolate you from others, but it draws you closer to the one who knows you completely and loves you unconditionally. In the end, this closeness to God is the greatest reward of the chosen one's journey. It is what sustains you when the road is difficult, what comforts you when you feel alone, and what empowers you to fulfill your divine purpose. The loneliness may be a part of the process, but it is through this process that you experience the most profound and life-changing relationship you will ever know, your relationship with God. The isolation that accompanies the journey of a chosen one, though difficult, is only temporary. It may feel as though the loneliness will last forever, as though the path ahead is unending and barren, but this is not the case. The isolation you experience is a season, a chapter in your life story, not the entirety of the book. God uses this temporary isolation for a specific purpose in your life. It is a period of preparation, a time when you are being shaped and molded for the destiny that awaits you. Just as a seed must be buried in the dark soil before it can sprout and grow, you too must go through a period of isolation before you can emerge into the fullness of your calling. This isolation is not meant to break you, but to build you up, to equip you with the strength, wisdom, and character needed for what lies ahead. During this time, it's easy to feel forgotten, to wonder if God has left you on your own. But remember, isolation is not abandonment. God has not forsaken you. He is right there with you in the solitude. He is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events, aligning circumstances, and preparing the way for your next steps. The isolation is a pause, a divine interlude where God is positioning you for what is to come. This period of temporary isolation also serves to clarify your vision and purpose. When you are alone, away from the influence and expectations of others, you can see more clearly what God is calling you to do. The noise of the world fades, and the clarity of your mission sharpens. You begin to understand the reason for the isolation, seeing it as a necessary part of your preparation rather than a punishment or curse. Moreover, this isolation strengthens your dependence on God. With no one else to turn to, you are drawn closer to him, learning to trust him more deeply and rely on his guidance. This deepened relationship with God becomes the foundation upon which your future successes are built. The isolation, though temporary, forges a lasting bond with God that will sustain you long after the loneliness has passed. As you move through this season, it's important to hold on to the truth that this isolation is not permanent. Just as the night gives way to the dawn, your season of loneliness will give way to a new season of fulfillment and purpose. God is using this time to prepare you, and when the time is right, he will bring you out of isolation and into the light of his plans for your life. The temporary nature of this isolation also serves as a reminder of the eternal perspective. While the loneliness may seem overwhelming in the moment, it is just a small part of the bigger picture that God is painting in your life. There is a purpose beyond the present, a destiny that far outweighs the discomfort of the current isolation. When you emerge from this season, you will do so stronger, wiser, and more ready to fulfill the calling that God has placed on your life. So while the isolation may be challenging, take heart in knowing that it is temporary. God is using this time to prepare you for something greater, something that will bring glory to his name and fulfillment to your soul. Trust in his timing and know that the season of isolation will pass, giving way to a season of abundance, purpose, and divine destiny. Loneliness, though often painful, is a fertile ground for spiritual growth. When you are chosen by God, the journey you embark upon is not just about fulfilling a mission or achieving a goal. It is also about deepening your spiritual life and developing a stronger, more intimate relationship with the Creator. The solitude that accompanies being chosen becomes a crucible in which your faith is tested, refined, and ultimately strengthened. In the quietness of loneliness, there are no distractions, no outside influences competing for your attention. This solitude creates a space where you can engage more deeply with God. It becomes an opportunity to immerse yourself in prayer, to meditate on his word, and to listen intently for his voice. In these moments, your spiritual senses are heightened, and you become more attuned to the subtle movements of the Holy Spirit in your life. The absence of others allows you to focus solely on your relationship with God, nurturing it in ways that are difficult when surrounded by the busyness of life. As you journey through this season of loneliness, you begin to discover new depths of your faith. You learn to lean on God in ways you never have before, trusting him completely because he is all you have. This dependence on God fosters a deeper understanding of his character, his faithfulness, his love, his mercy. You come to know God not just as a distant deity, but as a close and personal friend, a constant companion who walks with you through every valley and rejoices with you on every mountaintop. The challenges and struggles you face in loneliness also serve to mature your spirit. Difficulties become opportunities for growth, teaching you patience, perseverance, and resilience. You learn that true strength is found not in avoiding hardship, but in facing it head on with the assurance that God is with you. Each trial you encounter, each moment of solitude shapes you into a more mature believer, someone who is not easily swayed by the opinions of others or the changing tides of life. Moreover, loneliness provides a unique opportunity for introspection and self-examination. In the stillness, you are able to look inward, to assess your heart and your motives. You confront the areas of your life that need refining, areas where pride, fear, or doubt may have taken root. It is in this solitude that God does his deep work in you, pruning away the parts of you that are not aligned with his will and nurturing the qualities that reflect his character. The process may be uncomfortable, even painful at times, but it is essential for your spiritual growth to understand that God is using this period to deepen your faith, to strengthen your spirit, and to prepare you for the great work he has in store. The spiritual growth that comes from this season will not only sustain you through your journey, but will also become a source of strength and encouragement for others as they witness the transformation that God has wrought in your life. In the midst of loneliness, when human connections feel distant and support seems minimal, a profound and transformative companionship emerges your relationship with God. This divine companionship becomes the cornerstone of your experience as a chosen one, offering solace, strength, and a sense of purpose that transcends the isolation you may feel. As you navigate through seasons of solitude, God becomes your most faithful companion. Unlike human relationships, which can be fickle and uncertain, God's presence is unwavering and constant. He is with you every step of the way, offering a companionship that is both intimate and unchanging. This relationship provides a deep sense of security and peace, knowing that no matter how alone you may feel, God's presence surrounds you. In the quiet of loneliness, you find that God's companionship is not just a comforting notion, but a tangible reality. It is in these moments of solitude that God speaks to you in ways that are deeply personal and transformative. His words become a source of guidance and encouragement, offering clarity and direction when you need it most. This divine dialogue is not limited by time or space. It is a continuous and intimate exchange that sustains you through every trial. The companionship you experience with God also brings a profound sense of belonging. Even when you feel disconnected from others, you are never truly alone. God's presence fills the void left by human absence, providing a sense of completeness and fulfillment. This relationship reassures you of your worth and significance, reminding you that you are valued and loved beyond measure. It is a companionship that transcends the limitations of human relationships and reaches into the depths of your soul. Moreover, God's companionship during lonely times is an opportunity for profound spiritual growth. As you spend time in His presence, you begin to understand more deeply His character, His plans, and His purposes for your life. This intimate relationship fosters a greater awareness of His will and a deeper appreciation for His guidance. It becomes a source of strength and wisdom, equipping you to face challenges with confidence and grace. In the solitude of loneliness, you also find that God's companionship offers a sense of purpose and direction. He provides you with a vision for your life, revealing the path He has set before you and the tasks He has prepared for you. This divine direction helps to clarify your goals and aspirations, aligning them with His greater plan. It is through this companionship that you receive the encouragement and motivation to pursue your calling with passion and determination. As you cultivate this relationship with God, you discover that it is a source of joy and fulfillment that surpasses any human connection. The companionship you experience with God is not dependent on circumstances or external validation. It is a constant source of comfort and inspiration. It transforms loneliness from a sense of isolation into an opportunity for deepening your faith and experiencing the richness of God's love. In essence, the companionship with God during periods of loneliness is a profound gift. It provides a source of strength, comfort, and direction that sustains you through challenging times. It deepens your spiritual understanding and enriches your relationship with the divine. As you embrace this companionship, you find that it not only helps you navigate the loneliness, but also transforms it into a powerful experience of connection and growth. In the depths of solitude, when the world seems distant and your support network is sparse, a profound strength is forged. This strength, born out of isolation, is not just a mere survival mechanism, but a transformative force that equips you for the challenges and responsibilities that come with being chosen. Solitude forces you to rely on your inner resources and, more importantly, on God's sustaining power. In the absence of external support and distractions, you are compelled to turn inward and find strength within yourself. This self-reliance is not about isolation from others, but about discovering your own resilience and fortitude. It is in these quiet moments that you learn to draw on your inner well of strength, gaining confidence in your ability to face adversity. The strength you develop in solitude also comes from a deepened relationship with God. When you are alone, you turn to Him more fully, seeking His guidance, comfort, and strength. This relationship becomes a source of incredible empowerment. God's presence provides a spiritual fortification that goes beyond human capabilities. He equips you with the courage and perseverance needed to navigate the complexities of your calling. Moreover, solitude offers a unique opportunity for personal growth and character development. Without the constant influence of others, you can confront your fears, doubts, and weaknesses head on. This introspective process allows you to build resilience and fortify your spirit. The challenges you face in solitude become catalysts for personal growth, helping you develop qualities such as patience, humility, and determination. In addition, the strength gained from solitude enhances your ability to lead and inspire others. The trials and tribulations you endure alone give you a depth of experience and empathy that enrich your leadership. You gain a greater understanding of the struggles others may face, and this empathy informs your approach to guiding and supporting those around you. Your experiences in solitude enable you to lead with authenticity and compassion. Solitude also provides the space for strategic thinking and planning. With fewer distractions and interruptions, you can reflect deeply on your goals, aspirations, and the strategies needed to achieve them. This time alone allows you to gain clarity and make thoughtful decisions that align with your purpose. The strength you build in solitude becomes the foundation upon which you can build a clear and effective path forward. Furthermore, the solitude you experience as a chosen one cultivates a sense of inner peace and stability. Despite the external loneliness, you find a profound calmness within. This inner peace becomes a source of strength, helping you remain steadfast and composed even in the face of external pressures and uncertainties. The tranquility you discover in solitude acts as a stabilizing force, allowing you to handle life's challenges with grace and poise. Ultimately, the strength gained in solitude is a profound testament to your growth and development. It is a strength that emerges not from the absence of difficulties, but from your ability to confront and overcome them. The solitude, while challenging, becomes a powerful crucible in which your character is refined and your spirit is fortified. As you embrace the strength developed through solitude, you come to understand that this period of loneliness is not in vain. It is a crucial part of your journey, equipping you with the resilience, clarity, and inner fortitude needed to fulfill your divine calling. This strength becomes a testament to your perseverance and a source of inspiration for others who may be walking a similar path. Embracing the process of loneliness as a chosen one is a crucial step in your journey. This period of solitude is not merely a waiting room, but a significant phase in your growth and preparation. It is essential to accept and embrace this process, understanding that it plays a vital role in shaping you for the purpose God has in store. When you find yourself in a season of loneliness, it can be tempting to resist or avoid it, wishing for the comfort of familiar connections and the reassurance of companionship. However, resisting the process can hinder your development and delay the fulfillment of your calling. Embracing this phase means accepting it as an integral part of your journey, recognizing that it is designed to refine you and prepare you for what lies ahead. This process involves recognizing that the solitude you experience is purposeful and intentional. It is during these solitary times that you are given the opportunity to develop deeper qualities of character, such as patience, resilience, and humility. The challenges you face alone are not random, but are carefully orchestrated to help you grow and mature. By accepting this, you align yourself with the divine plan, allowing the process to work its transformative power in your life. Embracing the process also means being open to the lessons that come with solitude. Each moment of loneliness offers valuable insights and opportunities for self-discovery. You learn more about yourself, your strengths, and your weaknesses. You gain clarity on your purpose and direction. The process becomes a teacher, guiding you towards greater self-awareness and spiritual growth. By being receptive to these lessons, you allow them to shape you into a more complete and capable individual. Additionally, embracing the process involves trusting in God's timing. The loneliness you experience is not without end. It is a phase that will eventually give way to new opportunities and relationships. Trusting in God's timing means having faith that He is using this period to prepare you for the next chapter of your life. It requires patience and confidence that He knows what is best for you and that He is working all things together for your good. This phase also provides a chance to deepen your relationship with God. Embracing the process means investing time in prayer, reflection, and communion with Him. It is in this solitude that you can develop a more intimate and profound connection with your Creator. This relationship becomes a source of strength and comfort, helping you navigate the loneliness with grace and peace. Furthermore, embracing the process encourages you to stay committed to your purpose despite the challenges. The process may be difficult, but it is essential for equipping you for your calling. By accepting and engaging with the process, you remain focused on your goals and remain steadfast in your commitment to fulfill your divine mission. This perseverance is crucial for overcoming obstacles and achieving the success that God has planned for you. Ultimately, embracing the process of loneliness means viewing it not as a hindrance, but as a crucial component of your journey. It is a time of preparation, growth, and transformation. By accepting and engaging with this process, you align yourself with God's plan and allow Him to work in your life in powerful ways. This embrace leads to a deeper understanding of yourself, a stronger relationship with God, and a more prepared and resilient spirit, ready to step into the fullness of your calling. The loneliness experienced by those chosen for a higher purpose is not without its profound and lasting rewards. While the period of solitude can be challenging, it is essential to recognize that this time of isolation is not just a temporary hardship, but a preparation for an eternal reward. The sacrifices and trials endured during these times of loneliness contribute to a greater, more enduring reward that transcends the immediate difficulties. In the context of divine calling, the loneliness you endure is an investment in something far greater than immediate comfort or recognition. It is a period that tests your faith, refines your character, and deepens your relationship with God. This process prepares you for a reward that is eternal in nature, reflecting the true significance of your commitment and perseverance. The eternal reward is rooted in the promise that God has made to those who faithfully follow His call. This reward encompasses not just the fulfillment of your earthly purpose, but also the assurance of divine approval and blessing that extends into eternity. It is a reward that is not subject to the temporal limitations of this world, but is grounded in the eternal realm where God's promises are fulfilled. During periods of loneliness, you build a foundation of faith and resilience that will sustain you throughout your life and beyond. The strength, wisdom, and character developed in solitude are not just for the present, but for the future. They equip you to handle greater responsibilities, to lead with integrity, and to serve with compassion. This preparation is instrumental in achieving the eternal reward that God has set aside for you. Moreover, the reward is not solely about personal gain, but also about the impact you have on others. The lessons learned in loneliness, the strength gained, and the faith developed become a testimony to others. Your journey becomes a source of inspiration and encouragement, demonstrating the power of enduring faith and the transformative effect of God's presence in your life. This influence extends beyond your own experience, contributing to a broader legacy that resonates through the lives of those you touch. The eternal reward also signifies a deeper communion with God. The closeness and intimacy cultivated during periods of solitude lead to a richer and more profound relationship with the divine. This relationship is not fleeting but everlasting, providing a sense of peace, purpose, and fulfillment that endures beyond this life. It is a reward that brings a deep and abiding sense of connection with God, fulfilling the ultimate longing of the human soul. Additionally, the reward includes the fulfillment of your divine purpose. The loneliness and challenges you face are not in vain, but are part of a larger plan that God has for your life. The accomplishment of this purpose brings a sense of satisfaction and achievement that is both immediate and eternal. It is a reward that reflects the alignment of your life with God's will and the realization of the potential He has placed within you. Ultimately, the eternal reward is a testament to the faithfulness and grace of God. It is a reflection of His promises and His commitment to those who persevere through trials. The loneliness you endure is transformed into a profound blessing as you experience the fulfillment of God's promises and the realization of His eternal plan for your life. As you navigate through periods of loneliness, hold on to the assurance that this time is not without purpose. It is a preparation for an eternal reward that surpasses the challenges and trials of the present. Embrace this journey with faith and hope, knowing that the reward you will receive is a reflection of God's abundant love and the fulfillment of His divine plan for you. In conclusion, the journey of the chosen one, marked by loneliness, is not a path of despair, but a profound opportunity for growth, transformation, and divine preparation. This solitude, while challenging, is a crucial part of your development, enabling you to forge a deeper relationship with God, build inner strength, and embrace the process that leads to greater fulfillment. Your loneliness is a season that, though difficult, is filled with purpose. It is in these moments of solitude that you discover your true strength, develop resilience, and gain clarity about your divine calling. The isolation you experience is not a sign of abandonment, but a testament to God's meticulous preparation for the great work He has planned for you. Embracing the loneliness allows you to fully engage in the process of spiritual growth, deepening your relationship with God and preparing you for the eternal rewards that await. It is through this journey that you gain a profound understanding of your purpose, a stronger connection with the divine, and a lasting impact on those around you. As you navigate this path, remember that the loneliness you face is temporary and part of a grander design. Trust in God's timing and remain steadfast in your faith, knowing that this season of solitude is shaping you for a future filled with purpose and fulfillment. The eternal rewards and the transformation you undergo during this period will far outweigh the challenges of loneliness, revealing the divine plan that is unfolding in your life. So take heart and embrace the journey. The loneliness you experience is not an end, but a beginning, an essential chapter in the remarkable story that God is writing for you. Your faithfulness through this time will lead to a future filled with divine purpose, joy, and the fulfillment of your highest calling. Learning to control your mind, your mouth, your mood, and your money is not just a principle, it is the foundation of a fulfilled life. The mind is the battlefield where every battle begins and ends. It is here that thoughts are born, ideas are nurtured, and decisions are made. But the reality is, many of us have allowed our minds to be driven by fear, doubt, and negativity. We must understand that our thoughts are powerful. They shape our reality. If you don't learn to control your mind, someone else will. The Word of God tells us to take every thought captive to bring it into alignment with His will. So we must be vigilant gatekeepers of our thoughts, feeding our minds with what is true, noble, and praiseworthy. And what comes from the mind flows out through the mouth. The words we speak are not just sounds, they are seeds. They plant the future we will harvest tomorrow. Too often we speak out of frustration or anger, letting our mouths become instruments of destruction rather than tools of life. Proverbs tells us that death and life are in the power of the tongue. You see, your words have the power to build up or tear down. We must learn to control our tongues, to speak words that bring healing, encouragement, and truth. But it doesn't stop there. Controlling your mood is equally important. Your mood is the atmosphere of your inner world. If you let your emotions rule over you, you become like a ship tossed by the waves with no direction or anchor. Too many people are slaves to their moods, allowing feelings to dictate their actions, decisions, and destiny. Emotions are a gift from God, but they were never meant to be our master. The Bible reminds us to be slow to anger, slow to speak, and quick to listen. We must learn to cultivate peace and self-control, mastering our emotions rather than being mastered by them. And then there's money. Money is a tool, not a master. Many people's lives are controlled by their finances, constantly chasing after wealth and material gain, only to find themselves empty and unfulfilled. Money is a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. God has given us resources not to control us, but to use wisely for His kingdom, for our families, and for the betterment of our communities. If you cannot control your money, it will control you. Learn to live within your means, to give generously, and to save diligently. When you control your mind, you align yourself with God's purpose. When you control your mouth, you speak life and truth. When you control your mood, you maintain peace in your spirit. When you control your money, you live a life of stewardship and abundance. God desires that we exercise dominion over these areas of our lives, reflecting His nature and bringing glory to His name. So today, let us take that responsibility seriously and begin to control what God has entrusted to us. The mind is the epicenter of our existence. It is where every decision is made, every belief is formed, and every action is birthed. It is the battlefield where life's greatest victories and defeats occur. If you do not learn to control your mind, it will be controlled by your circumstances, emotions, or even by the influences around you. The Bible tells us to renew our minds daily, to transform our thinking and align it with God's truth. Why is this so important? Because your mind is the gateway to your destiny. Every thought that passes through your mind has the potential to influence your choices, behaviors, and ultimately your future. When you let fear, doubt, and negativity occupy your mind, they take root, grow, and eventually manifest in your actions and words. You begin to live out of a mindset that is limited by what you see rather than what you believe. But when you learn to control your mind, you harness the power to focus on God's promises, to think on what is pure, noble, and true. You begin to see yourself not as the world sees you, but as God sees you, filled with potential purpose and destiny. Controlling your mind means actively guarding what you allow to enter. It means discerning the thoughts you entertain and the beliefs you accept. You must be vigilant, aware that not every thought is beneficial or aligned with God's purpose for your life. The mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. If you sow seeds of doubt, fear, and anxiety, you will reap a harvest of defeat. But if you sow seeds of faith, hope, and love, you will reap a harvest of victory, peace, and fulfillment. To control your mind, you must make a conscious decision every day to choose thoughts that empower you, inspire you, and bring you closer to God's purpose. It is not always easy, but it is necessary for a life of abundance and purpose. The battle for your destiny starts in your mind. Win that battle, and you can conquer anything. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. Everything you experience in life starts with a single thought. And over time, those thoughts build patterns that shape your destiny. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. This principle reveals a profound truth. Your life will always move in the direction of your dominant thoughts. If you think small, you will live small. If you think defeat, you will experience defeat. But if you think victory, you will move towards victory. What you continually allow into your mind will determine the quality of your life. If your mind is filled with thoughts of doubt, fear, and inadequacy, your actions will reflect those thoughts, and you will find yourself stuck in a cycle of limitation. But if you choose to fill your mind with thoughts of faith, strength, and possibility, you open the door to a life of purpose, potential, and abundance. This is why it is crucial to guard your mind, to be selective about what you think and believe. Every thought is like a seed. If you plant it in the soil of your mind and nurture it, it will grow into something that either serves you or sabotages you. You must be deliberate about what you think. When you wake up each morning, you have a choice to fill your mind with the noise of the world or the truth of God's word. Choose the latter. Meditate on what is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and admirable. Align your thoughts with the promises of God, not the limitations of your circumstances. When you do this, you shift the atmosphere of your mind, creating a space where God's truth can flourish and bear fruit. Remember, what you feed your mind today will manifest in your life tomorrow. Don't allow negative thoughts to take root and dominate your thinking. Instead, replace them with thoughts that reflect God's vision for your life. Take charge of your mental diet, consuming thoughts that build you up, encourage you, and push you toward your God-given potential. When you think in alignment with God's will, you begin to see the world differently, and your reality starts to change. The mind is a powerful tool. Use it to create a life that honors God, fulfills His purpose, and brings you true joy and peace. The words you speak are more than just sounds. They are seeds that have the power to create the future you will live in. Every word you utter sets something in motion, planting seeds that will eventually bear fruit, whether for good or for harm. Too many people underestimate the power of their words, speaking carelessly without realizing the impact they are having on their own lives and the lives of others. But the truth is, the words you speak are a reflection of what is in your heart, and they have the power to shape your destiny. The Bible teaches that death and life are in the power of the tongue. This means that every word you speak has creative power. When you speak words of doubt, fear, and negativity, you are sowing seeds that will grow into barriers, limitations, and setbacks. But when you speak words of faith, hope, and love, you are planting seeds that will grow into opportunities, breakthroughs, and blessings. You must learn to control your mouth, to be intentional with the words you release into the world. Speak only what you want to see manifested in your life. The words you choose should align with God's purpose for you. Speak words that reflect your faith, not your fear. Speak words that build up, not tear down. Speak words that encourage, uplift, and inspire. When you speak words of life, you release God's power into your circumstances, creating an environment for miracles to happen. You must discipline yourself to speak words that are in agreement with what God has declared about you, not what your circumstances are trying to dictate. It is easy to speak negatively when things are not going well, but that is the time when it is most important to guard your mouth. When you face challenges, resist the temptation to complain, criticize, or speak words of defeat. Instead, declare God's promises, affirm His truth, and speak words of faith. Your words have the power to shift your perspective, to change the atmosphere around you, and to influence the outcomes of your life. Control your mouth by filling your heart with the right things, for out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When your heart is filled with God's word, His love, and His promises, your mouth will naturally speak words of life. Be mindful of the words you speak, because they are creating your future. Speak with intention, speak with purpose, and speak with the knowledge that your words have the power to transform your life and the lives of those around you. Understanding the power of the tongue is essential for living a life aligned with God's purpose. Your words are more than just expressions, they are forces that shape reality. Every time you speak, you are casting a vision for your future, whether consciously or unconsciously. The Bible says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, highlighting that what you say can build or destroy, uplift or undermine. When you allow your tongue to speak negatively, it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you constantly speak of failure, limitations, and shortcomings, you are essentially setting yourself up for those outcomes. Words of criticism, gossip, or anger can damage relationships and create an environment of hostility and discord. In contrast, when you choose to speak positively, you cultivate an atmosphere of encouragement, trust, and peace. Words of affirmation, gratitude, and faith can inspire action, foster growth, and bring about change. To control your mouth effectively, you need to be mindful of what you are speaking into existence. It requires discipline to avoid speaking out of frustration or impulse. Instead, choose words that reflect hope, faith, and truth. Speak life into situations, declare God's promises over your life, and use your words to uplift those around you. By doing this, you not only change your environment, but also position yourself to receive God's blessings. Your words should be aligned with your values and your vision for your life. When you speak in accordance with God's word, you are aligning yourself with His will and inviting His power to work in your life. Words have the power to set the course of your day, influence your relationships, and even shape your destiny. So be deliberate with your speech, using it as a tool to build up, to create, and to align with the purpose God has set for you. Furthermore, controlling your tongue also means being aware of the impact of your words on others. Your speech should be a reflection of love, kindness, and respect. Be a source of encouragement and positivity, and use your words to inspire and motivate those around you. In doing so, you create a ripple effect of goodness and grace, enhancing not only your life, but also the lives of others. Remember, the power of your tongue is a reflection of the state of your heart and mind. When you control what you say, you are exercising dominion over your environment and your destiny. By choosing to speak words of life, you position yourself for greater success, fulfillment, and alignment with God's will. Your words are a powerful tool for creating the life you desire, so use them wisely and intentionally. Emotions are a vital part of being human, but they were never intended to be the driving force of your life. Too often, people allow their emotions to dictate their actions and decisions, leading to a life of instability and inconsistency. When you let your mood control you, you become like a ship tossed by the waves with no direction and no anchor. Instead, God calls us to be steadfast and unshakable, to maintain our peace regardless of the external circumstances. Learning to control your mood means developing emotional intelligence and self-discipline. It involves recognizing your feelings, understanding their origins, and responding to them in a way that aligns with your values and purpose. Emotions are natural and can be powerful, but they should not be the masters of your life. Instead, they should serve as indicators that help you understand what's going on inside you, so you can address them appropriately without letting them dictate your actions. The Bible teaches us to be slow to anger, quick to listen, and slow to speak. This principle is crucial for managing your mood. It means taking a moment to pause and reflect before reacting. When you are faced with a challenging situation or emotional upheaval, resist the urge to react impulsively. Instead, take a deep breath, seek God's guidance, and choose to respond with wisdom and grace. This practice not only helps you maintain your inner peace, but also fosters healthier relationships and more constructive outcomes. Cultivating a stable mood requires intentional effort. It involves practicing gratitude, maintaining a positive outlook, and engaging in activities that nurture your well-being. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, and invest in practices that help you stay grounded and centered. Prayer, meditation, and reflection on God's Word can also help you maintain emotional balance, providing strength and comfort in times of stress or uncertainty. Furthermore, managing your mood means taking responsibility for your emotional state rather than blaming others or circumstances. Recognize that you have the power to choose how you respond to situations. You can choose to be resilient and optimistic even when faced with difficulties. By controlling your mood, you position yourself to face challenges with a calm and composed demeanor, making decisions that reflect your values and purpose rather than reacting out of fear or frustration. In essence, controlling your mood is about exercising self-control and maintaining a sense of inner peace regardless of external pressures. It's about developing a mindset that remains steady and positive, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and confidence. By mastering your emotions, you align yourself with God's peace and purpose, creating a stable foundation for personal growth and fulfillment. Maintaining a stable mood is essential for a life of peace and purpose. Your emotional state influences not only how you experience life, but also how you interact with others and make decisions. Emotions are powerful, and while they can be a source of insight and motivation, allowing them to dominate your actions can lead to instability and confusion. It's crucial to cultivate a mindset that remains steady even when external circumstances are challenging. One of the keys to controlling your mood is developing resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and maintain a positive outlook despite difficulties. It involves training yourself to respond to challenges with a calm and composed attitude rather than letting frustration or anger take over. When you face adversity, instead of letting your mood fluctuate with each challenge, anchor yourself in your values and purpose. This stability allows you to navigate tough times with grace and wisdom, making decisions that reflect your true self rather than reactive emotions. Another important aspect of managing your mood is practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking or problematic to what is positive and fulfilling. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the blessings in your life, you create a buffer against negative emotions and foster a more optimistic perspective. This practice helps you maintain a balanced mood even when facing difficulties and enhances your overall well-being. Self-care also plays a vital role in mood management. Engaging in activities that nurture your physical, emotional, and spiritual health can significantly impact your emotional stability. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, sufficient rest, and meaningful activities are all essential components of a balanced life. Additionally, spending time in prayer, meditation, and reflection on God's Word can provide comfort and strength, helping you maintain a steady mood and inner peace. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another key factor. The people you interact with can greatly impact your emotional state. Build relationships with individuals who uplift, encourage, and support you. Their positive energy can counterbalance the stresses and strains of life, helping you maintain a more consistent and stable mood. Lastly, controlling your mood requires taking responsibility for your emotional responses. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose how you react to situations and emotions. By developing self-awareness and self-discipline, you can manage your responses more effectively, preventing your mood from being dictated by external factors. This empowerment allows you to approach life's challenges with a sense of control and purpose, rather than being swayed by the turbulence of your emotions. In summary, controlling your mood involves cultivating resilience, practicing gratitude, engaging in self-care, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and taking responsibility for your emotional responses. By managing your mood effectively, you create a stable foundation for making decisions, building relationships, and pursuing your goals with clarity and confidence. Money is a tool given to us by God, not a master to be served. It is essential to understand that while money is necessary for our daily lives and can provide comfort and opportunities, it should never control or define us. When you let money become your master, you risk losing sight of your true values and purpose. Instead, view money as a resource to be managed wisely, reflecting your stewardship and aligning with God's principles. The first step in mastering money is to develop a proper perspective on its role in your life. Money itself is neutral. It is neither good nor bad. It is the love of money or the desire to acquire it at the expense of everything else that can lead to problems. The Bible warns us that the love of money is the root of all evil. This means that when money becomes an idol, it distorts your priorities and values. To control your money, you must keep it in its proper place, using it as a tool to fulfill your responsibilities, support your family, and contribute to God's kingdom. Budgeting and financial planning are crucial aspects of financial control. Creating a budget helps you manage your resources effectively, ensuring that you live within your means and make informed financial decisions. It involves tracking your income and expenses, setting financial goals, and prioritizing your spending. By establishing a budget, you can prevent overspending, reduce debt, and allocate resources to areas that align with your values and goals. Additionally, practicing generosity is a vital aspect of financial stewardship. The act of giving reflects a heart that understands the true purpose of money. When you give generously, you acknowledge that your resources are not solely for your benefit, but also for the benefit of others. Generosity helps to break the hold that money can have over your life, fostering a spirit of gratitude and trust in God's provision. It also contributes to the well-being of your community and supports causes that align with your values. Saving and investing wisely are also important components of financial management. Building a financial cushion provides security and prepares you for unexpected expenses. Wise investments can grow your resources and enable you to achieve long-term goals. However, be cautious not to let the pursuit of wealth overshadow your focus on God's purpose. Make financial decisions based on sound principles, seeking guidance and wisdom rather than chasing after quick gains or being driven by fear. Finally, managing money requires a mindset of contentment and gratitude. Learn to appreciate what you have rather than constantly striving for more. Contentment allows you to find satisfaction in God's provision and avoid the pitfalls of materialism. It also enables you to live more generously and freely, knowing that your worth is not defined by your financial status, but by your identity in Christ. In summary, controlling your money involves maintaining the right perspective, budgeting effectively, practicing generosity, saving and investing wisely, and cultivating contentment. By managing money with discipline and purpose, you align your financial practices with God's principles, ensuring that money serves you rather than controlling you. This approach allows you to live a life of stewardship, fulfillment, and alignment with your true values and purpose. Being a good steward of your finances involves much more than just making sure you have enough money to cover your expenses. It means recognizing that everything you have is a trust from God, and you are responsible for managing it wisely and faithfully. Stewardship requires a mindset of responsibility, accountability, and intentionality in how you handle your resources. One fundamental aspect of financial stewardship is living within your means. This involves spending less than you earn and avoiding the pitfalls of debt. It requires discipline to manage your finances in a way that ensures you do not fall into the trap of overspending or living beyond your means. By budgeting and setting financial priorities, you can allocate your resources effectively and avoid unnecessary financial strain. In addition to managing day-to-day expenses, good stewardship also involves planning for the future. This means setting financial goals and working towards them systematically. Whether it's saving for retirement, buying a home, or funding education, having a clear plan helps you to stay focused and make informed financial decisions. Planning also includes setting aside an emergency fund to handle unexpected expenses without derailing your financial stability. Another critical component of stewardship is being honest and ethical in your financial dealings. Integrity in managing money means being transparent in your transactions and avoiding practices that could harm others or compromise your values. This includes being truthful about your financial situation, honoring your commitments, and dealing fairly with others. Good stewardship reflects a commitment to doing what is right, even when it might be challenging. Investing wisely is also a key aspect of financial stewardship. Making informed investment decisions can help grow your resources and provide for long-term needs. It involves understanding the risks and benefits associated with different investment opportunities, and seeking guidance from trusted financial advisors. Responsible investing ensures that you are making choices that align with your values and goals while also contributing to your financial well-being. Generosity is an integral part of stewardship. When you manage your finances wisely, you are in a better position to give to others and support causes that align with God's kingdom. Generosity reflects a heart of gratitude and a desire to make a positive impact in the world. It involves giving of your time, talents, and resources to help those in need and to support initiatives that contribute to the common good. Finally, stewardship involves continuous learning and growth. Stay informed about financial principles, seek advice when needed, and be open to adjusting your strategies as circumstances change. By continually improving your financial knowledge and practices, you ensure that you are managing your resources effectively and making decisions that honor God. In essence, good stewardship of your finances is about more than just managing money. It is about reflecting God's principles in how you handle your resources. By living within your means, planning for the future, acting with integrity, investing wisely, practicing generosity, and committing to continuous learning, you demonstrate faithful stewardship and align your financial practices with God's purpose for your life. Mastering control over your mind, mouth, mood, and money is not just about achieving personal success, but also about living a life that reflects God's principles and purpose. When you exercise control in these areas, you create a foundation for a more purposeful, impactful, and fulfilling life. Firstly, controlling your mind allows you to shape your thoughts and beliefs according to God's truth. It means deliberately focusing on positive, uplifting, and constructive thoughts while rejecting negativity and fear. This mental discipline transforms your perception of challenges and opportunities, enabling you to approach life with confidence and clarity. It aligns your thinking with divine purpose and equips you to make decisions that reflect God's wisdom. Secondly, managing your mouth involves speaking words that build up rather than tear down. Words have creative power. They can inspire, encourage, and empower those around you. By choosing your words carefully, you foster positive relationships and create an environment where others feel valued and respected. This discipline also reflects your inner values and beliefs, showing others the integrity and love that guide your life. Thirdly, controlling your mood means maintaining emotional stability and resilience regardless of external circumstances. By mastering your emotions, you avoid being swayed by temporary feelings and respond to situations with a steady and thoughtful demeanor. This control allows you to handle stress, adversity, and conflict with grace, leading to healthier relationships and more effective problem solving. Finally, wise management of money ensures that you use your resources in a way that honors God and supports your long-term goals. By budgeting, saving, investing wisely, and practicing generosity, you demonstrate responsible stewardship. This approach not only secures your financial future, but also allows you to contribute to the well-being of others and support causes that align with your values. In summary, the control of your mind, mouth, mood, and money is integral to living a life of purpose and impact. It reflects your commitment to personal growth, integrity, and responsibility. By exercising control in these areas, you align yourself with God's principles, create a positive influence in your surroundings, and live out your true potential. This holistic approach to self-management not only benefits you, but also enhances your ability to contribute meaningfully to the world, reflecting the love and wisdom of God in all aspects of your life. The journey to mastering control over your mind, mouth, mood, and money is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous process of growth and development. Each of these areas demands ongoing attention and discipline to align with God's principles and to ensure that you are living a life of purpose and integrity. Maintaining control over these four domains requires regular self-assessment and reflection. It involves periodically evaluating your thought patterns, the words you use, your emotional responses, and your financial habits. Self-assessment helps you identify areas where you may have become lax or where improvements can be made. It also provides an opportunity to realign your practices with your values and goals. This ongoing process of control also involves seeking feedback and guidance from others. Engaging with mentors, counselors, or trusted friends can provide valuable perspectives on how well you are managing these aspects of your life. Their insights can help you recognize blind spots, gain new strategies for improvement, and stay accountable to your goals. It's important to be open to constructive criticism and willing to make adjustments as needed. In addition, staying connected with God through prayer, meditation, and study of His Word is crucial for maintaining control. These spiritual practices provide strength, guidance, and wisdom as you navigate the complexities of managing your mind, mouth, mood, and money. They help you stay grounded in your faith and ensure that your actions remain aligned with God's purpose for your life. Commitment to personal development and continuous learning is also essential. Investing in your growth by reading, attending workshops, and acquiring new skills can enhance your ability to manage these areas effectively. The more knowledge and understanding you gain, the better equipped you are to handle challenges and make decisions that reflect your values and goals. Finally, practice resilience and perseverance. The journey of self-control is often marked by setbacks and challenges. It's important to stay committed to your goals, even when progress seems slow or obstacles arise. Remember that growth is a process, and each step you take towards better control brings you closer to living a life that honors God and fulfills your purpose. In essence, controlling your mind, mouth, mood, and money is an ongoing journey that requires regular self-assessment, seeking feedback, staying spiritually connected, investing in personal development, and practicing resilience. By embracing this process, you ensure that you are continually growing, improving, and living a life that reflects God's principles and your true potential. In conclusion, mastering control over your mind, mouth, mood, and money is not merely a matter of personal success, but a reflection of a life aligned with divine principles and purpose. Each area of control, your thoughts, words, emotions, and finances, shapes the course of your life and impacts those around you. By intentionally managing these aspects, you align yourself with God's will, foster positive relationships, and build a life of integrity and fulfillment. Your mind is the birthplace of your actions. By cultivating positive and purposeful thoughts, you lay the foundation for a productive and meaningful life. Your words have the power to build or destroy. By speaking with intention and kindness, you create an environment of encouragement and growth. Your mood influences how you handle life's challenges. By maintaining emotional stability and resilience, you navigate difficulties with grace and wisdom. Your money is a tool for stewardship. By managing it wisely and generously, you honor God's provision and contribute to the well-being of others. This journey of control is continuous and requires commitment, self-assessment, and spiritual guidance. It is about more than achieving personal goals. It is about living in a way that reflects your values and purpose, contributing positively to the world, and fulfilling God's plan for your life. As you strive to master these areas, remember that you are not alone. God's wisdom and strength are with you every step of the way. Embrace the process of growth, stay aligned with your values, and let your life be a testament to the transformative power of disciplined living. By doing so, you will not only achieve personal success, but also inspire and uplift others, reflecting the love and grace of God in every aspect of your life.